What's up, Elite Algo members? Hope you guys are having a good day. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a quick course and overview of the Elite Algo version 28 indicator, show you guys all the features, exactly how to use it, so you guys can trade with it with confidence. But before we start this video, I know a lot of you guys liked version 26 and 27, and we are going to bring those back to TradingView in about a month or two after we're done with some few updates that we need to do for them. Also, they will be available on our new trading platform once that's up and ready in a month or two as well. So let's get into the video. All right, let's get into the settings over here. So the first thing I want to talk about is the signal mode that we see up here. We have two different modes that we can choose from. We have the trend mode, which is just the regular buy and sell signals and smart buy and smart sell signals that you see, except one thing has changed. We simply just change the name from smart to strong. That's it. Other than that, it works the exact same as it used to in the past. Next, we have the AI mode. AI mode is a function that we added to the algorithm that tells you how many confirmations there are for every signal that you see on the chart. So for example, this sell signal that we see right here had 4 confirmations, and this buy signal only has 1 confirmations. The number goes from 1 to 4, and the confirmations that it's using are these chart overlays that you see right over here. And we'll touch on these chart overlays in just a second, but first let's continue talking about the buy and sell signals on the chart. So now that we understand what the number and star symbol means on the AI mode, next we have the sensitivity. So for the sensitivity, the lower this number is, the faster the signals will be produced on the chart, and the higher this number is, the slower the signals will be reproduced on the chart. So for example, if I were to lower this number to, let's say 10, you're going to see some of these signals move back and you're going to get faster signals on the chart. This is very important. But what happens is, if this sensitivity is too low, you might get some false signals like we see right over here, for example. This is what we want to try to avoid sometimes if we're trading. So what we can do in this instance is just increase the sensitivity. So for example, if we were to take the sensitivity here and increase it to 20, for example, you're going to see now we have much more accurate signals directly on our chart, and we no longer have false signals right over here where this buy signal was last produced. So the best way for you guys to optimize the algorithm and get the best sensitivity possible on your chart is to simply just increase the increments by 3 or 5 until you have the best looking signals on your chart that you like. So for example, let's say we are looking at the gold chart right here, and we don't like these signals because some of these signals are false signals, like the one example right over here. This buy signal wasn't very good, right? So we want to get rid of these buy signals. So we want to optimize the chart to a proper sensitivity. So again, all we want to do here is simply just increase the sensitivity until the chart starts looking good. So we'll try 20, and there we go. This chart looks a lot better on 20. So we're going to go ahead and run with that. Next up, guys, we have the agility percentage over here. I would recommend keeping this on autopilot, but if you are looking to play around with it, you can. I personally like autopilot, or I like strict, and this kind of just changes the signals just a little bit to kind of make it a little more accurate if you know how to use it. But again, if you're a new trader, don't take this too crazy. Just set it on autopilot and forget, and you're going to get really good signals regardless. All right, so the next feature on the list, guys, is the candle coloring, which is this over here. Now, this comes turned on by default, and you do have 2 different versions, but let's talk about the gradient trend first. So what this does is, the brighter the colors, the stronger of a trend it currently is. And if it's like purple, for example, like you see over here, or dark green like you see over here, that means you're currently in a range, so you should avoid getting into the market at that time. So that's pretty much what that does. It just shows you the momentum in the market based on colors. Again, the brighter the color, so if it's bright green or bright red, like you see over here, for example, and over here, then you are more of a strong trend. And if you see the colors start to get darker and darker, then that means that you are approaching a range and you should probably think about getting out. Or if you got a signal, a dark candles, like for example over here, you could have waited until you got some nice colors and then start getting into the market, and you could have avoided some drawdown over here by simply waiting for a brighter color on that entry. And then you have the trend edge, and basically this just makes it so the colors match the algo's last signal. So for example, if it's a buy, then it's going to be green, until it's a sell, then it's going to be red. And it just makes it a lot easier for you guys to stay in the trade if you're trading with the signals completely, and that way you're not getting faked out by different colors of candles. All right, up next is the market structure setting that we have right here. By turning this on, you're going to see the reversal signals appear on your chart. So it's going to tell you when the algorithm thinks that there is a reversal happening. So you should probably take your profit at that time. So as you can see, it told us reversal down over here, and then the price started going down, reversal up, the price started going up, and etc. This is really good to have on if you're looking to get the absolute highs and lows of a trade if you entered a trade on a signal. So for example, if you entered over here on this buy, you could have got out right up here, right before the sell signal was produced, one candle before, and then again, you would have made a lot more money that way and captured a lot more pips, or just had a better trade in general. And then the last thing I want to talk about, the signal settings. You don't really see this in the settings itself, but you see this on the chart, is the little X's that we see over here. And these signify possible areas that you might see a minor correction. And these are areas that you guys can use to also take profit at as well. So these red and blue X's on the chart, consider them like the micro signals that you see in version 27. And now let's go over and talk about the chart overlays. Okay, so the first one we want to talk about is the Echo Cloud. Now, if we hover over the eye icon, it actually explains it for you and exactly what it does. So the cloud is a slow moving cloud that identifies a long-term trend. So for example, over here, because we see the cloud is green, we are looking at a bullish trend around this area when we got a minor bearish trend over here and over here. And if we scroll back, we can see we were in a very, very big bearish trend in the past around the September mark on Euro USD. So that's what that looks like, and that's what that does. Again, it just gives you the bullish and bearish trend at that given time, just like the trend cloud in version 27. Now, next up, guys, we have the Radiant Assistance. Again, we explain what it does exactly on the settings icon right here. Toggle this on and off for a dynamic moving average to find great market bounces and tops and bottoms, as well as breakouts. So for example, you can use this line here as support resistance. You can use it as a bounce off area. So for example, if you're in this buy signal, you saw the price come up and then touch this area again, there could be a good chance the price bounces back up a lot higher and creates a new high. And you can also use this to capture trends that are currently happening in the market. So for example, we had a green Radiant Assistance here, and we had a buy signal right on top of it. This gave us a little bit extra confirmation that the market was in a bullish state. So we could have taken this trade over here and we'd have made really good profit, because look how far it ran. And again, we have the dynamic trend over here. Again, reading it tells you exactly what it does. This is great for finding bounces again and retracements in the market. So for example, we can see that the price went up, came back down, touched this area, then price went back up again. And we can see that it does this a lot. So for example, this buy signal, price went up, came back, we could take another position over here, and then another position over here. Kind of consider it as like a support and resistance that's dynamic on your chart. Next, guys, is the Trend Sniper. This is exactly like the Trend Helper in version 27. This just gives you extra confirmations for your signals. So for example, if you're looking to take a buy signal, you would like the line to be green. And if you're looking to take a sell signal, you would like that line to be red at that given time. Very, very simple. And then we have the reversal wave zones. This is very, very much a support or resistance again on your chart. It just displays it in a different way. It shows you if the market is currently at a very overbought or oversold level, and then you can make decisions accordingly based off the signals. Again, kind of like an extra confirmation for the signals whenever you're trading. Very, very simple to understand. It's just like the reversal zones in version 27, but this time we've made this a little bit better and added a little more visuals to the chart. Next up, guys, we have the trend dashboard. So this is the little box that we see right over here. It shows two things. It shows market strength and shows market volatility. Ideally, you want to be trading if the market strength is over 50%, and you'd like the market volatility to be high as well, so you know that you will not end up in a range or consolidating state whenever you take a signal. This is very important. So ideally, you'd like this to be high as well when you're trading for the market volatility. And then you can check on the statistics button here, and this shows you how many percentage of the signals end up hitting take profit on this specific chart based on your settings. And right now we're looking at a 72% win rate for these signals to hit our take profit level. So that's a very, very simple feature. We're going to be adding the old market dashboard as well on top of this in very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. from the version 27 indicator, so we get a little more information on the dashboard as well. Okay, now over here, if we turn this back off, next up we have the advanced settings for the color schemes. So we have 4 different color schemes that we could choose from for the signals. So let's go back and put it on the gradient trend here. And then over here, we can see we have a brighter kind of colors for us if we're not liking to use the black charts on TradingView. We have a delta mode, which is the regular mode we had earlier. We have freezer mode, which kind of makes it kind of like a bluish, whitish color. Again, the brighter the colors, the more trend you are, the higher of a momentum in the market you are currently doing. So for example, over here, if we have very, very bright blue colors, we're in a strong market momentum, versus if we have very, very bright white, then we're in a strong bearish momentum. This kind of just helps you with market psychology, because looking at the color red is kind of known to give people a little bit of anxiety in the market. So you can use this option here to change the kind of colors on the chart and kind of help you with your psychology whenever you're trading to better follow the signals and get emotions less in your way. So putting this back on the regular mode of delta, which is what comes on normally. And then we have this feature over here, which has AI strength minimum. So what this does is it makes sure to only give you signals if you want it to be a minimum strength. So for example, if you don't want to get signals that say 0 stars on it, so you want signals that have confirmations, then you can just simply turn this up to, like, say 2, for example, and then you're only going to get signals that have at least 2 confirmations directly on the chart. This will also help you if you're looking to get more confirmations for your trades, so you're not going to get every single signal that's currently happening on the chart. Now, obviously, this thing's going to void out some signals. So, for example, if we were to set some 2, then we may not have gotten a buy position over here to get into or over here to get into, but at least you know that every single signal you're taking has some sort of confirmation from the chart overlays that we looked at previously. All right, guys, next up is the take profit and stop loss levels, which are these that you see right over here. So we have 2 different types of stop loss and take profit levels. So we have the advanced, which just shows you the red label, which is a stop loss, and the green labels, which is the take profits. And then we have the advanced plus entry. So if you want the entry line to where you're supposed to be entering that trade, then you can turn this on as well. I like having this on at all times. This is how I keep it. Next, we have this number over here, and this changes how big we want our stop loss and our take profit levels to be on the chart. So for example, if I were to increase this to say a 5, you're going to see our stop loss and our take profit levels get a lot bigger, versus if I were to bring this back to a 1 or a 2, they get a lot smaller. So now with the algorithm, we give you 2 options for a stop loss. So you can either have a very tight one or a little bit of a looser one if you don't mind being in a little bit of a drawdown when you're trading. And then you have the take profit stop loss points. This is just to turn this off or on. So if I were to uncheck this button right here, as you can see, we no longer see those little X's on our charts that we had previously. So if I turn this back on, we're going to see those X's again on our charts. So this is how you can turn off the micro signals, take profit and stop loss points that we have on the chart. So you can either leave this on or turn it off. It's really up to you. Next, guys, we have our any function alert call right down here. And this is just a very simple way to set up alerts on the Elite Algo indicator. So all you want to do here is simply, for example, if you want to set alerts for every single time there's a buy signal, a sell signal, a strong buy and strong sell, and then you want the take profits and stop losses up. So take profit 1, 2, and let's say reversal up versus down, then press OK. And what's going to happen is if you right click here and then hit add alert, and then you go to version 28 indicator, and then you can go any function alert call once per bar close, and then just make up your alert, and it's going to tell you exactly when that signal gets triggered on your chart once you press create. Now, if you need a TradingView premium account in order to set alerts up on your charts, unfortunately, but when we create our own TradingView platform, you're no longer going to need an account with paying extra features to get alerts and stuff like that on a chart, which is again why we're creating a new platform ourselves, so you guys can enjoy that as well and pay less money and get the same amount of features. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the version 8 indicator. I'll be making a video on the other indicators very soon to explain to you guys what those features do as well.